I
I'm
remember what it
sending.
was. I'm gonna make a note. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, great.
It's not relevant right now, so
Okay. I think I requested, and I think mine's being recorded too. Mine's recording too, I think.
great.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry,
Fab,
1 second.
you.
Oh
No,
yeah,
that's
I have to
okay.
pull up the thing. Hold on. I'm so
Ah,
sorry.
that's okay.
Gosh
I'm
darn
gonna
it.
just wing the intro and outro from now on, just because I feel like I was being so stilted when I was doing it.
Okay, I don't remember what I'm supposed to say, so let me pull it up.
Well, basically, it's who we are. Follow us here, and then at the end,
Got it.
well, we don't say it. At the end, follow us, and if you have questions, Gmail, which no one's doing, but maybe we'll talk about that when we have a business meeting of like maybe we put it more on social and stuff, like
Great. Sounds good.
um, and then Krista and Ian. That's it.
Love it.
Okay, we're recording already. Want to just start? You want
Yeah,
to start it this time? I feel like I always
sure.
start. Great.
Um, Hi everyone. I am Carla and I know nothing about Bravo TV.
Hi, everyone. I am Robyn, and I know everything about Bravo TV. Welcome to the Bravo Bubble, a podcast for Bravoholics and their
Friends who live
besties. Yeah,
outside the
the
Bravo
Bravo
bubble.
Bubble.
That's me. I live outside the Bravo bubble.
That's right. And again, we're winging this intro, so that's why we said different words.
It's
I don't
great. It
know.
was perfect.
Yeah, great. We're just going to go with it.
Yeah.
So, Carla is a writer, actor, and fabulous improviser in Los Angeles. And I am also a writer and actor
And
and
fabulous
improviser.
improviser.
Thank you. So, before we dive into an epic episode, let's catch up because it's we want to catch up. We've had some exciting things going on. Carla, anything you want to
Yeah.
chat about?
Yeah, I went to Asheville, did an improv festival, had a super fun time, got a little bit of the norovirus on my way back,
Mm.
recovered from that, knock on wood. Yeah, and it's like kind of hot in LA the past
Yep.
couple days. It's
Hmm.
like been pretty, I mean, we don't have severe weather on either side usually, but to go from like 50s to 70s feels like a lot in a day. Been
It's a
sneezing a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
like so ridiculous that I get annoyed with it. I'm like, why is it so hot? And it's like, well, I'd
Yeah.
rather it be this than like freezing, so it's
Right.
fine.
And I will say it got up to like 86. I don't want people to think that
Hmm.
I think like 70s is super hot, but
Fair,
I
fair.
will also I was walking up from the carport this morning and we have a pool in our apartment building and there were four ducks in the pool
Oh,
and it
that's
was the
so
cutest thing I've ever
cute.
seen and it made my whole day.
Oh, that is so
Yeah.
awesome.
I loved it.
Oh, that's great. My updates are, let's see, I traveled for work again and I got COVID. So we've both been
Woohoo.
sick
Yep.
and that's fine. I don't think I got it at work. We also traveled to Cleveland. It was my nephew's graduation from college, so it was a really big
Aw.
deal. So that was lovely. Got to see lots of family. And
Yeah.
then something I wanted to talk about is if you're cool with it, I saw
Yeah.
this amazing one act play a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, and
Oh,
it's yours.
thank you. I was like, yeah, tell us about it.
I know you were. I didn't tell you we were going to talk about that. It was so good. Okay, so Carla,
Thank
can you
you.
just I'll brag on you. Can you just let the listeners and viewers know what it's
Oh,
called and
that's
the
really sweet.
concept?
Yeah, so it was a one act festival at this theater company called Right Act in North Hollywood, and they gave us a topic, and it was art. And so I wrote a one act about two women who are at an art opening, and they're both staring at the same painting. And as they talk, they realize that they both think that they're the muse for the artist who made this painting, and that they're both like in a relationship with this person. So it goes
Yes.
from them like really hating each other to like kind of understanding each other by the end and coming together. But it's very silly, it's very farcical, and there's a lot of like goofy stuff that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. We've
Thanks.
gone to this theater company before and it's always so much fun. Your one act though, you told me the concept a while ago and then I had forgotten. I just remembered
Yeah.
I liked it. And then our friend Amanda and I came to your show and we were just blown away because it's funny,
Aw.
it's smart. It felt like and I'm not just saying this, like the perfect like one act play, like the structure, like the
Oh,
characters. It
thank
was so
you.
good. So
That's really sweet.
hopefully
Get
you'll remount
yourselves
it.
some good friends who love your stuff and support you.
Yeah, it was so good.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I have another thing, remind me
Yes.
on our next episode that I'll talk about. So,
Okay, great. I can't
yeah,
wait.
because I think we
I
got to
can't
dive
wait.
in because we have a lot to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah,
So,
let's do it. Let's do it.
so first, before we get to the episode, we're going to talk
Yes.
Jersey. I wore what I thought might be a
Oh,
Jersey-esque.
perfect.
I'm trying
Of
to
course.
suggest the show in my outfits.
Yes,
I don't really
yes.
have anything like what they wear. So before we do that, let's chat because we assigned you a video or you
Yep.
chose FYAH by
Yep.
Adriana DeMoura. So what did you think of the video? Any thoughts?
I actually thought it was really fun. The song is musically like really catchy. There's a fun
Hmm.
hook. I mean, there's not many lyrics. It's kind of like the same phrase over and over again, which is like,
Exactly.
okay, we could maybe try a little harder on that end. But
Yeah.
having said that, it was fun. Very like Shakira vibes.
Hmm.
And I don't know who this woman is. I don't think have I met
You
her
do
yet?
not. Not yet.
Okay. She seems cute.
Hmm.
I don't know. And also like the scenes like on the beach dancing with the
Hmm.
hot guys. The hot guys. I don't know if I
Yes.
necessarily thought they were super hot, but they were supposed to be hot. I'm assuming
Yes.
reminded me of Janet Jackson's Holiday video. Do you remember this?
Oh
Is it
gosh.
Holiday? No, that's a Madonna song. What
That's a
is
Madonna song. There was a
uh
huge Janet Jackson one that everybody, oh, what was it called? Everyone did it at our lip sync
yeah.
in junior high because they
Yes.
were like, this is the song.
I'm gonna think
Oh,
of it. I loved it.
yes.
I still love Janet Jackson's music.
Yes.
And I'm also old. So, but anyways, yeah, it reminded me of that too, which was really fun. I had a question, which was when she's on the boat at the end. Oh, also her costumes are amazing.
Yes, she
That
looks
was my favorite part.
unbelievable. Yeah, I knew you would like the look
Oh,
of Miami. In
yes.
fact, I just rewatched this morning and I was like, I forgot about Miami and we got to get you into Miami. And
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I loved the clothes in this music video. And not because it's not my aesthetic at all, but
right.
I love looking at it and I really
Uh-huh.
appreciate it. It's like, obviously like has like a Cuban kind of flair to
Hmm.
it. Beachy. And I just loved the mint green like dress with the
Yeah.
flowy whatever at the end. And then she had an incredible like rust colored, it would almost look
Hmm.
like strips of leather fringe
Right.
maybe. Very cool. So that was really impressive. And I was like, I wonder if they hired like a stylist or if she did it or, I had questions about
Right.
that. But my other question was, are those other housewives on the boat with her at the end?
They sure are.
Okay.
What did you think of their dancing?
They were, yeah. I mean, I did, yeah. It's so funny because I'm always like, I'm such a good dancer in my mind. And then like
Oh.
I'll see a video of myself and be like, I look ridiculous.
Oh my
You know?
gosh. Yeah,
So yeah, I kind of relate to that.
that's awesome. I'm a terrible dancer and I know it. So I can only joke dance and that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, I am killing it. I look so good right now.
Ah, that's
And I was at a
awesome.
family reunion a couple years ago. My sister-in-law sent me this video of all of us dancing, and she was like, "These are the whitest people we know," and it was us.
Oh, you're like, there it
So
is.
dumb. And I was like, I thought I looked amazing when I was dancing to that song.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love it. So, a couple things. One, that they do show, I believe, this video being made in one of the seasons, and
Oh, fun.
it's you wouldn't know it from watching it, I have to say, because this is my first time watching this video. I knew the song
Oh,
and I remember it from the show. The day of the filming, like the housewives were a disaster. Like half of them were like they didn't learn the choreography. They just were
oh
like drinking. Not
no.
all of them. So it for me it stood out because there's shots of her with the guys a lot, and then there's like
Yeah.
the housewives kind of just in the background doing their thing. So I was like, oh, it came together better than I thought it would based on what they
Yeah.
showed on the show.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
yeah. And then we just chatted, and I think it's a good idea. We've been doing this whole like what Carla doesn't know with the music videos. And now I think you're getting to know the shows. So let's start tying them into the show, like you said. So
Great.
we're gonna watch Jersey, which means I already know what video I want you to watch next week, and
Okay.
I'm so excited about it. It is On Display by Melissa Gorga. So that is
Okay.
what we're gonna assign for next week. What do you
Okay,
think that
great.
might be about? Any thoughts?
On display, like her legs, like
Yeah,
like showing off her legs. I don't
love
know.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's all about the legs.
Yeah, yeah. On
Great.
display. My
On
leg.
display. My legs. Okay. So let's dive in. Oh boy, my computer. Let's dive in to Jersey. Now, I chose
Great.
Jersey because I asked you some questions last episode. And even though you chose West Coast, you did choose Christening. And also,
Oh yeah.
we've already met a couple of the kids from Jersey through the music videos.
Yes.
So, and
Mhm.
briefly Teresa. So I was like, we got to get you into Jersey because Jersey is one of the like most iconic franchises. So the episode that I chose is season 3, episode 1. I think
Yep.
it's 3. In the Name of the Father. This is a supersized episode.
I didn't realize that was the name of the
Oh
episode.
yeah,
I wasn't even paying attention. That's so silly and funny.
that's it. Yep. And I have to tell you, I watched part of this when I first assigned it, and then I just watched like the end and rewatched some of it this morning, and I was just like, I was freaking out. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. So, I want to hear from you because you've never seen Jersey before. So, the questions that we always ask, first impressions, thoughts.
Well, I want to do the recap real
Oh,
quick.
yes, I want you to do the recap. Yes,
Yeah, so
please.
Robin asked me to do the recap this time because I don't know any of the people. So here's what I wrote down as I was watching the recap. I did not go back and edit it. I just was
Great.
like, let's just follow the instincts. Here's what happened on in season two of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Number one, women calling each other garbage. Number two, celebrating anniversaries. Number three, someone's daughter pulled her hair out of her head. I think it was her daughter. I'm not sure. Number four, a rich family got kicked out of their house.
Yeah. Your
And num
delivery is impeccable.
and number five, women fought on couches and Andy Cohen was pushed down.
Yes. I
Yep.
mean, Teresa pushed Andy at the reunion. That was wild.
Yeah.
So women fought on couches is your interpretation of the reunion, which makes me laugh.
Yes.
That's awesome. They could
Women
rename it
fighting.
Fighting on
Women.
Couches.
It's just so jarring to like go from uh what am I trying to say, like the setting of reality TV, which is like in their homes and stuff, and then to
Hmm.
have them mix in clips of them like on almost like a talk show vibe.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
very weird. I mean, I know that that's part of it, but
Yeah.
if you don't know anything about it, it's like, what the hell is going on? Why are they all sitting on couches like yelling
Yes.
at each other, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of we'll assign you a reunion at some point because that's a totally different vibe and it is interesting. It kind of happened by accident. Like they did like a little one in the very first season of The Orange County, which was literally in someone's backyard. It looks so different. It's not
Weird.
produced at all, hardly. They're just sitting out there on these high top chairs in like casual outfits and they're just kind of chatting about the season. And then it became a way for everyone to hash out what happened throughout the season. So that's kind of, it became more and more of a thing.
Got
So
it.
that's actually, I believe, how Andy, his Watch What Happens Live came about. I might be wrong on that. It might have been because he hosted a Top Chef after show, but he was hosting these after shows and then they were like, you should make this a show. So
Wow.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We got to get my friend Casey on the show because she worked
Yes.
for wrote for that Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
follow Casey. I love Casey's posts, so that would be
she's so
fantastic.
funny.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna have guests coming on soon, so
Yep.
stay tuned, everybody. Awesome.
Whee!
All right, so do you have more?
That's it. That's my
That's it.
recap.
Okay, I love it. So then for this episode, what happened is we had the christening, and then we're just in it. And then there's a flashback. Then we have Joe Giudice. We find out that they've gone bankrupt, had to file bankruptcy, and he's working at a pizza place. We have a skinny Italian book signing with Teresa. Then we follow Caroline's son, Albie. He didn't get into law school. He's looking for apartments. Later on, he leaves the brownstone. You don't really know the brownstone, Carla, but it's kind of an iconic thing
Mm.
in Jersey. And then Ashley and Jacqueline, the mother-daughter drama, because she wants to move to New York instead of commute for her internship. Then the biggest thing of this episode, I think we have the intro of Joe and Melissa. This is their first episode. We have
Oh.
the brother and the sister-in-law. That's their first episode. We'll talk more about that.
Oh,
Then
interesting.
we have Kathy Wakile and Melissa. They're talking about Teresa, and then they're prepping for the christening. We have a Caroline Manzo dinner with Jacqueline, and then we have the christening madness. That's it in a nutshell. Did I miss anything that stands out?
No, and I just realized that when you asked me to do the recap, you wanted me to do the episode
Oh,
recap, and I
I
just
liked
did.
I like what you did.
I'm
I
so
like what you
sorry.
did. No, actually, that's great because it forced you to think about like everything that's come before. So I
Yeah,
actually thought that was
yeah.
hilarious.
Okay, good.
No, it's fantastic.
You're very
Okay, good.
nice. Every time I mess it up, you're like, it's fine.
It's great. This is what this is about. We're just both learning these things. So, okay. First impressions of Jersey.
Um, honestly,
Hmm.
not my vibe, not my
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Didn't love it. Um, it was too, here's what I liked about it. Let's start
Okay.
with the positive.
Great.
Um, I liked how family centric it is.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that's unique to this franchise,
Hmm.
but I thought that was a cool and different spin on what we've seen so far. I mean, I feel like the LA one or the Beverly Hills one was a little family centric, maybe,
Hmm.
but this one, like, it felt like the kids were really important to
Yes.
the show, which was interesting.
Hmm.
I liked, what else did I like? Uh, I kind of liked how they all like we've been watching a lot of like, hey, we're going on vacation together kind of
Hmm.
stuff, or a few episodes of that.
Yeah.
So this was nice to like see them kind of in their own ecosystem
Hmm.
and like trying to figure out like, well, how does this one know that one? And maybe they don't. Maybe they just know each other through
Right.
the show or whatever. Like that was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what I liked about it. Here's what I didn't like.
Go for it. Go.
I have a heart with the exception, is it Caroline? Is she the
Yes.
She's the redhead, right? Or
Yes.
the, okay. With the exception of Caroline and maybe Teresa, I started to understand more towards the end, but
Hmm.
they all look and act and seem the same to me. So it was very
Gotcha.
hard for me to separate them.
Hmm.
Um, I also thought they were really mean to each other.
Yeah.
And I thought that the men in this episode were absolutely toxic and disgusting
Yes.
from start to finish,
Yes.
with the exception, and I
Ah,
think that he's probably toxic as well, but he did make me laugh. Who was it? Um, shoot, Kathy's husband. What's his name?
yes. I knew you were going to say that. I forget his name. Rich,
Yeah.
maybe?
He was funny and like seemed, even though he was kind of like poking the bear a little bit and trying to, start some gossip or whatever,
Yeah.
but he seemed to have like a good sense of humor about everything that was
Hmm.
going on and he seemed to be really in love with his wife. I mean, this is
Hmm.
like little shots of footage, right? Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know their lives really, but yeah, he was the only guy man in the show where I was like, "Oh, he seems like not scary and like abusive." And
Totally.
yeah. So I felt
Yeah.
really nervous for the women. I did not care about the women necessarily, but I also was like, I feel like some of these women probably have a really difficult marriage with these men.
Hmm.
Like there
Hmm.
was a lot of alcoholism and seemingly masking maybe bigger disorders,
Yeah.
you know. Okay, that's
Yeah.
that.
No, it's great. It's so interesting to hear from you because your instincts are so spot on. So this is the franchise that is family centric. It is known for that. It's the only
Yeah.
one that it's rumored to be the only one where the husbands are featured a lot. So like
Oh.
in more recent seasons, they're a little more lighthearted. Like they'll have like guys' night and then they'll have the ladies' night, that kind of a thing, and you have
Yeah.
a different vibe. It really is, though, a group that knew each other and like
Oh,
it's
okay.
all about family. Like they
Yeah.
all, so Caroline's married to, oh, it's just like everybody's connected. Like her sister was on previous seasons, and then
Oh, okay.
Jacqueline is the sister-in-law. Then Jacqueline's best friends with Teresa, and then obviously
Yes.
Teresa's brother's Joe. So they all knew each other. So it's an
Yeah.
interesting dynamic there. And yeah, what else did you say? I think yeah, like you said, ecosystem yeah,
Yeah.
it's like yeah, they're like in the wild. This is like I was kind of blown away because like I said, I hadn't watched this. I had a feeling you wouldn't like it because it was so drama toxic.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember being fascinated the first time I watched it, and now in retrospect, I was a little horrified at the
Yeah.
christening. Like I was like, this is so scary.
Yeah.
And like with the kids there, and then I'm
That's so
gonna
bad.
tell you some stuff that might give you some insight into the dynamic between Melissa and Teresa that
Okay.
changed things for me watching it this time.
Great.
So,
Yeah, because
yeah,
I just want to say really quickly, I did not understand why they were mad at each other, even when
right.
they were explaining themselves. And I get that families are complicated.
Hmm.
Honestly, there was a christening in my family when I was a kid where my aunts and uncles got into fistfights. Like I
This is,
understand this
yeah,
dynamic,
yeah,
in terms of it being like really very real and toxic,
yeah.
But I don't think that this episode did a good job of illustrating why they were so upset with each other to me
Hmm.
as the viewer. Okay, thank you for listening.
Great. Well, I'll tell you what, they don't tell you until basically like now. And like to
Oh,
because only recently, we'll talk, let's put a pin in this and we'll come back to this.
okay.
Only recently has the reasons they're mad come to full fruition, like to the
How
viewers.
old is this? How old is this
This
episode?
is old. This is like 2011, 12.
I was gonna say it felt like 2010-ish, kind of by
Yeah.
what they were wearing.
Yeah, they're
So,
close.
yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll get into that in a little bit. Any moments that did make you laugh?
Um, 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 um. Someone said, "I'm so glad I don't have kids." I didn't write down who that was. It made me laugh. Okay. So this was, I meant to look this up to understand better what was happening. But like the Cajun voices, while maybe appropriative and maybe racist, I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but like that dynamic between the mother and son of like teasing with each other and like that
Yes.
was really cute and it made me laugh. And I liked how it annoyed the other brother so much. Like that, just that whole dynamic, again, like I wasn't totally sure if like this is something that they would show now,
Same,
but
same.
yeah.
Yeah, and you're referring to Caroline and like with the family with the sons and
Yes.
yeah, it was funny. It was very relatable. It's like, oh, this
Yeah.
is just like family busting each other's balls, like very
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
So the
I
whole
like
thing
that
is
too.
like just to quickly explain it, like one of the sons like does this Cajun voice and it's basically his version of just like a deep Southern accent that you
Yeah,
can't understand, but he was calling it a Cajun voice.
right.
And he and his mom leave each other voicemails with using this deep Southern accent and nobody can understand them. And his brother got annoyed with it. And then at the end, the one son says something in the voice, and the mom's like, he just said, and she like translated it for them.
Yeah,
It was really funny.
it was funny.
Yeah, that was really cute. And then, oh God, couldn't you put a shirt on? Oh, when Joe's daughter is being picked up for her gymnastics or whatever, and she's
Yeah,
just her dad's like so gross, like just
yeah.
standing there without a shirt, and his daughter's like, "Can't you just put a shirt on?"
Yes, yeah, that was ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
Juicy Joe.
Ugh.
Juicy Joe. Yeah.
Yuck.
I had only one quote. I mean, I was just kind of fascinated about the whole episode. I thought Kathy made me laugh, actually. She was just like, "You know I love to cook. What you put in your mouth, it's important." And it
Yeah.
just made me laugh. I was just like, this is so absurd. But she and her
These
husband,
people,
yeah.
I was watching this being like, if people in a different, like, I don't know, like England or,
Uh-huh.
Scotland, like we're watching this, we're like, these are Americans. These,
Yeah.
it's like, no, it's not. Like, it's so specific.
It's so specific. And
It's not, yeah.
I think that's why I understand why you didn't love this episode because it is very toxic. I'm fascinated by it. I'm
Yeah,
fascinated by the little like subcultures and the regions and how
right.
people behave. Because this to me, and on a previous episode when we showed you Gia's sad video waking up in the
Yes, where she was
morning,
crying. Yeah, yeah.
you were like, it reminded me of like a Scorsese film. And
Yes.
honestly, like watching this, I was
Yeah.
like, people can say that some of those films are over the top and
Like
they're
these are
not.
real people.
These
Yeah,
are
yeah.
real people. It was wild.
Well, it just kind of reminds you how big, I guess my point is like it reminds you how big America is. That this is
Yeah.
part of America, but it's
Yes.
so like specific to that region. And like I don't have anybody like that in my life, you
Right.
know. So it's fascinating to watch this, yeah, this Scorsese movie play
Oof.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like there's a mix of real relatableness with the family dynamics, yet
Yeah.
the drama and it's so heightened in a way that like
Yes.
me growing up in the Midwest, families don't talk about these things. So
Right,
it's
right.
interesting. Yeah.
Funny.
Did you have, and I think you've already answered this, a favorite and least favorite character?
Um, not Kathy, sorry, Caroline. No, what's her name?
Yeah, Caroline.
The mom. Like she seemed, and I can see how this could go south though with her. Like maybe she's a nightmare, but like in this episode, she seemed very maternal and sweet, but
Hmm.
funny. And so she was my favorite character, I think. My least favorite character was the daughter who
Oh,
has the internship.
Jacqueline's daughter, Ashley.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree.
I was
She's
like, get her out of here.
she's comes across on this show. Sorry. She does come across very bratty and entitled the whole
Such a
series.
bummer. It is such
It's
a
a
bummer. And
bummer.
I felt bad for her mom. I felt bad for her
Yes.
dad. Is that her dad? That was or
Yeah, I
her
think it might be a
stepdad or
stepdad. Yeah.
but he was like and I also felt bad for him because he was trying so hard and his
Yeah.
her mom got like took it really personal and it was just so weird. I was like, this
Right.
is not ugh. And I just
Yeah.
don't like I don't know. I don't have kids, so as I've
Right.
said many times on this podcast, but like that whole scene was like a nice reminder of like, oh yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't have children because
Right.
I don't want to have to feel like I have to take care of somebody when they're old enough to take care of themselves.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah,
like that you feel bad for. I felt bad for Jacqueline the whole
I
time
did
because
too.
it's like
Yeah.
she seems like a really sweet person and she's like giving and giving and giving and it just doesn't work.
She like doesn't want to commute. Her daughter doesn't want to commute to this internship where the internship boss lady loves her, it seems
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
So she's not showing up for work and she's like, I need an apartment in the city. Like, I
Yeah.
can't even imagine saying that
Yeah.
to my parents. Like, that would be such a joke.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
One last question and then I'm going to get into some specifics. As a writer, because you are, who would you follow in future storylines or seasons?
I'm interested in the brothers in their apartment and how that's going to go.
Oh, interesting.
I thought the brothers were really funny. They're
They
probably
are.
also entitled. Like, I have no idea, but they didn't show us that in this episode.
Yeah.
And I thought their apartment was cool. I was like, I'd live in that apartment for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And they were just funny. I was just like, oh, this would be a funny dynamic to see.
They were funny. I love that you said that. It's such a left field answer in a great way. It's sort of left field. So now that you've seen your first episode, and here's the other thing, I am loving that like some of these franchises resonate with you, some don't, because
Yeah,
as we started this experiment, it was like this is a whole multiverse. It's literally impossible for you to watch
yeah,
every episode at this
right,
point. You couldn't do
right,
it. So you
right.
have to find like, oh, okay, we'll table this franchise. Let's go back to this one. And then
Yeah,
like some of them like Beverly Hills in New York, I feel I'll assign you a different episode because they are too fun and I think
yeah.
it's like seeing what you like and stuff, but like this one in Dallas, like let's put it on the shelf, right?
Great. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that you've seen your first episode, specific questions, who had a spin-off about their family from this cast?
Oh, probably Teresa, right? No.
Not technically. Well, when she went to prison, they had a couple hiccup
She went to
because
prison?
Joe and Teresa went to prison.
Good.
Oh, damn! You're gonna get in trouble.
Joe is not
He's not
where
even
it's
in this.
at.
No, he's not where it's at. In fact, he's not in the States. He has been deported since then.
By Trump?
No, this was way earlier. I'm sure. Actually, there might have
What?
been a connection where he might have tried to save him. I might. I can't remember.
Oh.
I might be making that up.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do some research on this. Now I'm
Yeah,
fascinated.
that's the thing is like it maybe you would want to watch later things because it is wild because he stole all this money and
Of
Teresa technically and I kind of believe that she, just signed off. She didn't know because
course.
once you get to know her a lot, so he goes to prison for a longer time, but then he gets out and then she has to go. So they did film a couple episodes with her coming home with her daughters. It was actually very sad
Oh,
for
that's
her.
really sad. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
I was
pretty.
not expecting you to say that. That
No,
I am truly floored right now.
this is part of why these are the things that are out in the world that you do need to know, Carla.
Yeah, sure. I'll never forget it now.
You'll
Now I'll
never
always
forget.
remember.
Yeah. So they were kind of the first
Wow.
housewife prison scandal, I believe, because you saw a little taste of that on Salt
Y-
Lake with Jen Shaw, right?
Yeah.
So this predated all of that. And in
Wow.
the very first episode of this show, the very, very first one, Teresa goes into a furniture store with just wads of cash and buys all this stuff. And she's like, I just love to pay cash. And so then it's like, a cut to like, well, they've been tracking you guys and you've been on national television.
Oh my
Well,
God.
yeah,
And
it's
she's like,
wild.
my husband is such a hard worker.
Yep,
He works for his money. And she's like giving the
yep,
other Joe shit.
yep,
Wow.
yeah. And then tables turned, because now she's the breadwinner. She's the breadwinner of this fam. So,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So who else would have the spinoff? Caroline.
Yes, ding, ding, ding. It was called Manzoed with Children. And I kind of, because that's her last name, Manzo, I kind of feel like you would like that show based on your answers.
Yeah.
I never watched it. It was a pretty successful show for a while. Like,
Oh,
just
okay.
followed her and the fam.
That's
Like,
funny. I kind of liked her daughter too.
yeah, yeah. I think they had a funny, fun family dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Based on this episode, Team Melissa or Team Teresa? What's your
Ooh.
gut say? I know you're neither, just if you had to like gut instinct.
Really disliked both of them. I'm gonna go for Melissa based on this episode because I feel like she was trying to connect to them and they were just being
Mhm.
so insane, like just shutting her down. Like when she went up to say congratulations
Oh, you
again. No, I'm
you
sorry. Is that not
Team
Melissa?
Teresa. You're gonna go with Team Teresa because Melissa was shutting
Oh,
down. Teresa,
Melissa. Oh God.
it
Now
was
I'm
so
so
Melissa. It's
confused.
okay. It's confusing because there's multiple Joes. There's multiple. They all look alike.
Okay, the whole time we've been talking about Teresa, I've been talking about Melissa, and the whole time, so I've
Yes.
been this whole episode that we are
Right.
recording right now.
That's okay. We didn't get too much into them yet. So Teresa is the one who kept going up to try to congratulate them, and she's like, "I just want
Oh,
to dance with my
okay.
brother." Yeah, you didn't say much. It's fine. Melissa was the one who kept shutting her down. Yes.
Okay, so when we were talking this whole time, I thought it was
Yeah.
Melissa that had gone to prison. Okay, but
No,
it's
no, no.
Teresa.
It's Teresa. Yes. Yeah, with all
Oh,
her four daughters had to be. Yeah, it was sad. It was very sad. So,
okay.
yeah. So when you
I've,
saw Gia singing that sad song, it's like there was a lot of family stuff going on. Poor girl. Yeah.
oh,
She turned out great though. It's okay. It's okay.
I've already forgotten which is which. We
It's okay.
just went through it. Okay, yeah, let's keep moving.
Okay. So this is why. So there this franchise more than I believe any other. There's Team Melissa and there's Team Teresa and the fans online like Reddit, they will trash each other. So if you say anything bad about
Whoa.
Teresa, people will lose their minds or vice versa. So
Okay.
before I tell you what this rift is really about, the Teresa fans have, a nickname as fan bases do. Any guesses to what Teresa's fan base calls themselves or is called?
Um, Teresa is Joe's sister, and we saw their parents. Okay.
Yes.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Guesses.
Take
We say it again. Say, I'm sorry.
Her
I'm trying
name's
to like,
Teresa Giudice. Any guess of like what? So if I my name's Robyn Norris, if I had a fan base, they'd be like the Norris chorus. Like that's
right.
so what would
The Judas
ooh,
sisters.
I like that. It almost felt like a Judas
Yeah.
Judas. Like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No, it's great. There's no way for you to know. I just think it's fun when you guess. So they are called the Tree Huggers, TRE, the
Oh,
Tree Huggers. And
okay.
they are a rabid fan base. One of the later cast members, Margaret, she called them the Tree Stumps, but they are called the Tree
Okay.
Huggers.
Okay. The tree huggers.
Yeah. Now, you saw Teresa at her book signing Skinny Italian, right? Which of these castmates has cookbooks? Because there are multiple of them.
Oh
Any
boy.
guesses? Yeah.
Caroline
Yep.
and I don't know their other names.
That's
Melissa.
okay. Yeah, Melissa does not. So Kathy, she has like I feel like she has a cannoli book.
Oh,
Caroline's
funny.
is called like, let me see, Food and Other Things I Love. And then Kathy has indulged delicious little desserts that keep life real sweet. And then Teresa, multiple best-selling books. Like this is why I say she's the breadwinner. She had Skinny Italian, then which the full title is called Skinny Italian. Eat it and enjoy it. Live la bella vita and look great too. Very long title.
Yeah.
Then she had a series of books called Fabulicious, and there were
Okay.
multiple things in Fabulicious. I forgot to tell you about the Teresa and Melissa and why I had a different context in this episode. So as the years go on, Melissa kind of learns how to play, in my opinion, play for the cameras more. And
Okay.
she kind of is always like, I don't know why Teresa always wants to fight. Da 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 da. What really happened is Teresa, they never really got along, and then Melissa tried to get on the show, and Teresa's like, do not come on this show. And production, she said, do not put my sister-in-law on this show. It's going to ruin things for me. I don't want this. And they did it behind her back.
Uh,
So she like so then Melissa
um,
and Joe come on because Melissa was, wanted to be on TV so bad and wanted to be famous, comes on and like weasels into Teresa's friends group. This is like
yeah.
the kind of what I'm saying. Sorry, I think I'm Team Teresa. I and so if you watch it in that context, it's really sad. Like I was
Yeah.
so and in later episodes I'm kind of like I can see why people like Melissa when I watched this episode, knowing that now, I was like, oh, this is horrible. Like, how would you feel? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Because like
was,
Melissa's now friends with her, is it Kathy or whatever?
yeah, she kind of becomes, yeah, like, and then as the seasons go on, it's kind of Melissa, team Teresa. It's a very interesting
Whoa.
and sad dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, I guess I don't like either of them. So I'm not on a team for either.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sorry, Reddit people.
Sorry, Reddit. That's okay. We've said a lot of things Reddit people might not like, and that's fine.
That's fine.
Last question on this one. Who is rumored to be the nicest to the crew out of these cast members?
Mm. Is it Ashley's mom? What's her name?
Jacqueline?
Is it Jacqueline?
It is not.
No. Is it Caroline?
It's not.
I don't know.
It's Teresa.
Wow.
Apparently she's like so nice. Like so on the show
Oh,
she's got the Italian and she'll fight and all this stuff, but I think it all comes from her. But apparently she's like super nice. She'll like cook for everybody. She's like always like
oh,
really nice. Yeah.
wow.
A little
That's sad.
behind the
I
scenes.
don't know why that's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Maybe because
Well,
it's like nice doesn't sell or whatever, so you can't be nice in
yeah.
front of the camera.
Yeah. Okay, so we're about gonna wrap, I think. We'll make this a
Okay,
I have a couple more questions, just
great.
general, and then do you have any last thoughts though on Jersey or anything else?
Um, 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 um. Oh, who? Oh, shoot. Who was Joseph, the kid?
The little
Who,
Joe?
what family was that? Yeah.
Melissa and Joe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, their kids. Was that Melissa and Joe?
Yeah, because
No.
Teresa only has daughters.
Shoot. They showed somebody's family and she was like, "My kids are really sweet." And
Mhm.
Joseph on bed and he was like playing with his knife and she was like, "Don't play with your knife in the bed."
Yeah,
Was that Melissa?
I think it was. I'd have to go back because I kind
I
of
feel like
skimmed over it
these
this
kids
morning.
were older, but I could be wrong.
Oh,
Anyways, I thought it
that's
was really
really
funny.
funny.
And like I was like, "Oh, these kids seem fun."
Yeah.
Shoot. But I didn't write again, like I'm sorry, they're just these women all seem the same and it's really
Yeah.
hard to distinguish.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think also because we throw you in and you don't get those intro episodes right now of like
Yeah.
their full background, yet those aren't always the most interesting. So it's an interesting kind of give and take what we're doing here.
Yeah.
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 Because to me,
Cool.
I'm like, oh, I know all these people and I'm just revisiting.
Yeah.
It's been a long time for this, though. I had not watched this in like a decade. So wild. Okay, so I just have a couple questions. These are general, like Carla's, what do you prefer? Sunshine or champagne?
Sunshine.
Sunshine. The Grande Dame or Mama Elsa?
Mama Elsa.
OG or Modern and Fab?
Modern and Fab.
Okay, great. I think I know what franchise to take you on next.
Great.
So
Which ones do we
fabulous.
have left?
We, of the big ones, we still have Miami. We have Orange
Great.
County, which started it all, and we have not even had you see
Oh,
an episode
wow.
yet.
Okay.
We have Potomac, which is
All
really
right.
good. They're all, I think, iconic. Then we have Dubai, which is no more. It ran 2 seasons. We may throw you an episode there. It was fun. And then there's Washington, D.C., which I've never even seen.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was 1 season. So maybe we'll watch that together, or like one of the episodes. Then
Sure.
we still have offshoot franchises. So you still haven't
Yeah.
seen Summer House or Southern Charm. I'm gonna stick
Yeah.
with Housewives for now for the next one because I think you need to see another big franchise like that. And because we made a decision that for your next assignment, we're going to bring you up to modern times.
Yep.
So rather than me assign you a housewife franchise, which I will for the next one, the next one, the run coming right up, you are going to go into modern times and watch Bravo's Love Hotel, which is brand new. So that way we can get a fresh take on a brand new, totally different series, and you'll be like up to speed already.
Love it.
So that's what we'll do in next episode.
Great.
Okay, so this has been so much fun, and we're going to sign off. My name is Robin Lynn Norris, and thank you for tuning into the Bravo Bubble. You can follow us on all social platforms at the Bravo Bubble, and please follow us on Substack because that's where you get the show notes and all of
Yeah.
the fun stuff there. So that's a place where you can
And
connect.
Robin does such a good job of putting together these show notes. She puts together all the questions and the recaps, and it's just really great. So check it out on our Substack.
Thanks, Carla. Yeah, we got quizzes there. You can DM us anytime on any of those socials. And a couple shout outs. We want to thank our brilliant composer of our theme song, Krista Duggan.
And our photographer, Ian Zandy.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we'll see you next time on the Bravo Bubble. Bye.
Bye.